Topic that I assigned to me, Chapter 5, Political Self. Political Self and the Filipino Identity. Political self is that aspect of the self that helps the individuals understand and function effectively in society. When we say political self, dapat is nagpapahalaga ka sa kakayahan mo sa politika, kabalo ka unsay, makatabang sa mga tao ang sa ato ang sarili. Dapat kabalo ka mo hilihok sa community ug unsay mga problem. Example, si John is naa siya concerned about environmental issues and nituo in the power of collective action so that wants to make a difference in his community. And the second one is Filipino identity. Ito yung mga tradition, values, kaugalian, language, and always maging marespeto sa mga nakakantanda at malakas na pagkakaisa sa ating pamilya. National identity is a coexisting and overlapping social identity comprising territorial, tribal, ethnic, religious, linguistic, class, and gender identities. When we say national identity, even though lahi-lahi ato ang culture, religion, or unsa pa na nga tribo, kita nga mga Pilipino is nagkahiyo sa gihapon kay mao man jud na ato ang naanan pagpapahalaga sa ating bansa. So for example, I am a Filipino and I am proud of my country. National Commission of Muslim Filipino in CMF. However, 11% of the Filipino as Muslims in 2012 with all social identities that an individual holds. So, when we say ang NCMF ay nakilala ang 11% ng mga Pilipino bilang Muslim noong 2012. Dito is gusto ng government na i-balance ang pangangailangan para sa pambansang pagkakaisa sa gitna ng maraming labanan.
Hello everyone, I'm Joanne Toroba. I will discuss the political self and the Filipino identity. So, ang political self and the Filipino identity guys is, ito daw ay ang pag-unawa sa kung paano tayo bilang mga Pilipino. At ay nagiging bahagi ng ating political na sistema kung paano ito nakakaapekto sa ating pagkatao. Loyalty to the nation is a crucial aspect of political identity, driving social solidarity and political involvement, enhancing one's sense of duty as a citizen. So, ang katapatan daw sa bansa ay isang mahalagang aspeto ng pagkakakinlanlang pampolitiko na nagtutulak ng pagkakaisa sa lipunan at pakikilahok sa politika. So, we have three dimensions of national identity, guys. So, first is self-categorization, second, affect, and the third is normative content. So, self-categorization refers to a sense of psychological belongingness for sharing certain characteristic. So, self-categorization, ito ay tumutukoy sa proseso kung saan kinikilala ng isang individual ang kanyang sarili bilang bahagi ng isang particular na grupo o kategorya sa lipunan. Self-categorization guys is may dalawang types. Ito ay social identity at Filipino identity. So, social identity guys, ito ay ang pagkakakilanlang panlipunan. At ang Filipino identity naman ay ang pagkakakilanlang Pilipino. So, social identity such as birth, place, age, social status, and ethnicity can have potential political consequences. So, ang social identity guys, ito daw ay ang tulad ng lugar ng kapanganakan, edad, katayuan sa lipunan at etnisidad ay may potential na implikasyon sa politika. So, ang Filipino identity naman ay varies due to diverse background and meaning attachment. It involves internal knowledge and experiences that sociologically define one's identity. So, ang Filipino identity naman guys, ito ay ang nag-iiba-iba dahil sa pagkakaibang pinagmulan at kahulugan ng pagkakabit. Masasangkutan nito ang panloob na kaalaman at karanasan. Ang second dimension naman guys ay ang affect. So affect refers to the psychological attachment to a particular group rather than just being a member of it. This sense belonging can manifest in a various ways such as supporting minority groups, causes, or displaying extreme loyalty to one's country. So ang affect guys or emotional, ito ay tumutukoy sa psychological na pagkakatali ng isang particular na grupo, hindi lamang bilang miyembro nito. Ang pakiramdam na ito ay ang pagiging kabilang ay maaaring maipakita sa iba't ibang paraan, tulad ng pagsuporta sa mga adhikain ng mga grupong minorya o pampapakita ng matinding katapatan sa sariling bansa. Then the last is normative contents. Normative contents refers to the specific ideas about what makes a nation distinctive, such as its core values, goals, and the nation roles in the world. This can lead to a sense of uniqueness among Filipinos despite not being a member of a group. So, ang normative content guys ito ay tumutukoy din sa mga tiyak na ideya kung ano ang nagpapaiba sa isang bansa, tulad ng mga pangunahing halaga, mithiin at papel ng bansa sa mundo. Ito ay maaring humantong sa isang pakiramdam ng pagiging natatangi at kakaiba sa mga Pilipino kahit na hindi miyembro ng grupo. So, that's all. Thank you and God bless.
Filipino values and traits. So by definition, Filipino values and traits is mauni siya ang cultural beliefs, behaviors, and characteristics that are commonly found and respected within Filipino society. So through generations, ang Filipino values and traits is nagikan siya sa mga lain-lain o daghan ng mga textbook na greatly shaped by colonial interpretation. And then, C. Enriquez or Virgilio Enriquez, the father of Philippine psychology, is gites niya ang Filipino values and traits or gi-examine based sa indigenous or insider perspective and exogenous or the outsider perspective. When we say insider perspective, mauni siya ang perspective na part ka sa isa ka group. Then, ang exogenous is the outsider perspective or katong dili ka part or belong sa isa ka group. Then, in Enriquez, Kappa Model's value structure identified 12 Filipino values from 4 categories, which is the surface value, the pivot value, core value, and foundation of human values. One of the 4 categories of Filipino values is the surface value. So, surface value is mauni siya tong mga beliefs or pagtuo, behaviors na pinaka-obvious or easily observed. And then, surface values are further divided into colonial, accommodative, and confrontative surface values. So, the first type of surface value is the colonial or accommodative surface value, which is ngunit to siyang mga value or mga behavior na nabuo by colonization. Like for example, hiya or the propriety, dignity, utang na loob, gratitude or solidarity, and pakikisama, which means companionship and esteem. So the other type of surface value is the confrontative surface values. Naga-include ni siya og confrontational attitude, which is nakay courage maskin wala ka kabaloon sa kinalabasan. So it includes bahala na, the determination or sama ng loob, resentment and guts, and pakikibaka, which is resistance. The second category of Filipino values is the pivotal interpersonal value or the pivot value, which is the pakiramdam, pagkikipagkapwa-tao, or shared inner perception. Muna siya ang attitude or the value or how people interact with each other. And the third one is the core value, which is the kapwa or pagkatao, the shared identity. Muna siya ang pagtuo or belief nga nag-guide sa person's behavior, mga values na nag-shape sa identity sa tao. The last category of Filipino values is the foundation of human values. This consists of a linking social-personal value. So, when we say social-personal value, is mauna siya mga set of beliefs or principles na nag-guide on how individuals relate to one another. So, ang ilahang common understanding defined as kagandahang loob, pagkamakatao, or the shared humanity, and its three associated societal values, which is the karangalan or dignity, katarungan or justice, and kalayaan or freedom. The Kapwa model is a theory that explains the modes by which Filipinos engage in social interaction. So, mauni siya ang theory nga nag-state nga dailahi daw ang imong pakikipag-interact sa mga tao nga gi-consider nimo as hindi ibang tao or the one of us, imong closest person, closest friends, and ibang tao or the outsider, the not of us, nga dili kay nimo ka-close. But then, daghan kay ni siya criticism nga nadawat ang kaninga theory. And so, si Clemente et al. Of 2008, nag-conduct siya og two related studies para i-determine kung ang kaninga mga Filipino values ni Enriquez kay nag-support gihapon siya sa Filipino adolescents. And it resulted nga 11 out of 12 original values of Enriquez kay important rin daw gihapon sa youth. Mauni siya ang 12 original values ni Enriquez. But then, sa study ni Clemente, is 11 na lang ang naa, which is kagandahang loob, kalayaan, katarungan, lakas ng loob, pakikipagkapwa, karangalan, pakikisama, pakikiramdam, utang na loob, pakikibaka, hiya, and bahala na. Ang bahala na is out of the list na siya. Then, gipulihan siya og makajos and paggalang. Establishing a democratic culture involves immersing children in a lifestyle nga naay justice, equality, freedom, and responsibility. Like sa school, churches, families, communities. So, sa school is pinutudloan nila ang mga bata sa meaning of democracy or unsay mga dapat buhaton, mga tama or mali, as well as gina-practice nila. But then, in this theory is dili lang daw dapat gina-teach sa mga bata kung unsa ni mga value, but dapat daw gina-practice daw siya sa everyday life.
So, good day everyone. Today I will discuss the digital self. So, before the social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram came, so ang mga tao, hindi pa kayo sila concerned about building an online identity or what they call the digital identity. Pero as time goes by, nag-increase na ang social and business engagement, creating and maintaining an online identity become a must. These online interactions make people increasingly aware of their digital self, or that aspect of the self that they present in the digital environment. So, the digital self. Our self-concept consists of schemas that relate to how we view ourselves. So, self-concept that relates to how we view ourselves. So, ginsa na to paglantaw ang atong kaugalingon. These schemas are formed based on our personal experiences and from our interactions with others. So, it means nga, mag-view na itong kaugalingon depende sa atong mga nagian personal experiences like kung tahay, agita sa atong kinabuhi ug kalisdanan, so tapos ma-overcome na to na. So, we view ourselves as a brave person tungod kay na-overcome na to or na-survive na to na yung problema. Then, from our interactions with others, so when we interact with others, so sometimes po mag-view na to sa atong kaugalingon na ay, yung ani data, ingana data based sa feedback sa ubang tao sa atong pag-interact sa ilaha. 50% online is our digital self. So, ang aspekto sa atong kaugalingon na gipresenta nato sa online world, mo kini ang gitawag na digital self. Our real self that develops organically in the natural environment. So, tuwing pag-develop organically in the natural environment, our real self grows or evolves naturally, so without manipulation. Then, our digital self is deliberately constructed by the individual. So, constructed. So, naay manipulation nga nahitabo. So, sometimes sa social media or sa atong digital world, ang atong digital self is apik lang or sometimes ginamanipulate na to. Dili siya true. So, nakita niyo mo naman dyan karon sa social media, dili tanan na dito tinudod. So, ang ubang tao dito, naghahatag na sila fake emotions, mga fake na feelings online. Our real self greatly benefits from direct interactions with others, while our digital self interacts with others from a distance in a disembodied environment. So, ang real self daw nato greatly benefits from a direct interaction. So, face-to-face ang interactions na siya sa mga tupangan, either na siya sa likod, sa kilid nimo. So, direct interactions, makatubang nimo siya, maka-eye-to-eye. While ang atong digital self na naga-interact in a distance, so layo. Like, para sa atong sa atong family, karon nga nag-eskwela ta, nang house diri atong pamilya, makontak na to in a distance kung kaya sila sa relationship pa ning digital self, itawag siya og LDR. So, in our real world, there is a rich array of information that helps us understand situation. So, sa real world, no, natay wide access of information na makatabang sa tua nga masabtan ng mga panghitabo. Like, for example, na kay kasturya, mahibalan jud mo ang tao kung mag-live siya or mga siya sa mga pag mag-istorya mo. So, you can look at his or her eyes na mahibalan jud mo kung nangatid siya, or sometimes pag nakag-istorya tapos uncomfortable na siya, so mahibalan mo sa iyang lihok. Dili pareha sa sa digital world na fake lang siya, listen mo, dili nimo siya, like, dili reliable ang mga information yun nga naa sa digital world, kay sometimes gina-fake siya or sometimes kulang jud ang mga information nga lead siya sa miscommunications, misinterpretations, or misunderstanding. So, sa online world, most of the time yun, fragmented ang mga information. So, in the digital world, generally have limited or fragmented information. For example, na ay kay kaaway tapos i-post mo. So, ang mga tao nga mga kita ato yung post, posible nga mag-comments o mga words na in favor or against yung matungkol kay wala sila kabalo sa tinuod na nahitabo. People's opinions and evaluations of us sometimes affects us, whether it is from our family, friends, loved ones, or either sa mga tao nga dili na close. So, maka-apekto jud kini sa ato. Pag-abot po sa online world, ang mga comments, ang mga negative, nagipangsulti nila sa online or sa social media, also can affect us. Kadalasan yun na sa social media tungkol sa mga negative comments dagan ng mga tao na nanga-depress. So, trolling, cyberbullying, bashing, and shaming, kini sila isang mga common nga harmful behavior sa online world. So, kani sila nga mga behavior someone might do ng mga cause of emotional distress, isolation, physical harm, reputation damage, and in a worst case scenario no na jury mga tao nga maghigog tungod sa depression kay tungod sa mga lahian nila nga dili maayo like kaning cyberbullying, kaning bashing, labi na ng shaming, kaning mga shame sa online world. So, najud pud mga tao nga free lang kayo makapagawa silang debate or silang mga comments without considering the consequences or the feelings of other people kung sila ma-feel is imong isugan. So, in conclusion, sa kadugayang panahon nga nag-evolve ang atong digital world, dapat mag-evolve po ang atong digital self-awareness nga kung unsa ang right etiquette, etiquette nga buhaton within that digital world nga malikayan na to nga makapasakit sa uban nga mag-lead of miscommunications, misinterpretations of misunderstanding. So, magbilin ko isa ka word sayings or ano na din siya like kanang common na yun kay sa ato ang palabot sa digital world. So, think before you click. So, sa limutaan bago mo dito na resend kung unsa ang imong business. And that's all. Thank you.
Afternoon, this is Katin Joy M. Bantogan, and my topic is about the self-presentation and impression management. Self-presentation, the act of creating a favorable impression. It's how you choose what impression you want other people to see. Example for me is I choose to act as a soft girl in front of someone I have a feelings with. Number two, the selective self-preservation. Online users often present an idealized version of themselves. This is the way you create your choice of version online. They're either fictionalized or your dream self. Example is you create a Facebook profile and you choose to post a picture or profile picture as the actress you want to be or you idealize. Social comparison. The social comparison is the visibility of other people's profile on social media. Some other people saw your profile and like you have a same profile picture and they said, "Oh, this profile picture is more beautiful than this one." That's it. And the online identities. People can choose to maintain one identity or create multiple identities depend on their desired persona. Example here is I create a Facebook profile and I choose to create a non-reality person like this is from a book person or either it is an not true person. That's all. Internet trolls. Internet trolls is the engaged and disruptive or offensive behavior. Example here is when when a person have an issue and their fan or their fan base of a person of that person and the other person will collide and get into fight in internet like they know each other. Impact of online interaction on the self. Our self is not completely separate from our real self. That our online interactions can impact our actual well-being. It is not really our self is separate to the digital self because nowadays we tend to face our cell phones and we communicate to other persons that we can no longer communicate in a person to person. So our self is on the internet or technology. So it is true that online interactions can impact our actual well-being. These have positive effects and negative effects. The positive effects is number one, enhance social relationship. This could enhance social relationship because we communicate to other people around the world. Number two, improve communication. Yes, we improve communication because can we can show how we express ourselves through internet, through typing, through messages. Number three, emotional well-being. We can run to other people or our friends on Facebook. We have these GCs, we have uh like IGs. We tend to impress ourselves or express ourselves in order for them to understand us in internet. Number four, increase self-esteem. This increase self-esteem because don't know people on the internet don't know our true self, and except the our friends that we gather together on reality. Number five, educational benefits. This can have educational benefits because if we when we have assignment, we can go to Google and search what's the answer of our assignments or projects. The negative effects. Number one, cyberbullying. Yes, we some people experience cyberbullying through through talking shits or throwing some negative words to other people on internet. We criticize their physical or their their life. Number two, unintentional disclosure. Unintentional disclosure is the one, like example is we create a friend on internet and somehow we don't talk to them. That's the unintentional disclosure because we are shy to reach out to them. Number three, explore to inappropriate content. This explore inappropriate content is so broad. This could be on pornography or R18 things or crimes, just like that.
Hello everyone, hello sir. I am Rio Imbacos and this is my report. It's all about boundaries of the online self and digital footprint. Boundaries of the online self. Our online self has farther and longer reach than our real self. This means that we can be known as and reached by anyone in the world. At the same time, the activities that we do online also become collective ongoing records of us. Most of our online activities are bound to be a part of digital footprint. In my own opinion sa boundaries of the online self, we need to limit ourselves in social media because overusing of it can destroy our reputation and credibility. For example, sa sobra nga paggamit sa cellphone tungod sa online games sama sa Mobile Legend, tapos dili na ka makatulog og dili na ka mo kaon og tarong sa tamang oras, mao nang hinungdan nga sakit ka, labi na ang aneurysm nga moburot ang imong ugat tungod sa kulang og tulog. Maong kinahanglan gid nga naa gid tay limitasyon or boundary sa paggamit sa online kay aron malikayan nato ang dili maayo nga sakit sa atong kaugalingon. Digital footprints include traces of our various self-presentations through our online profiles, comments, likes, traces of our activity, include cookies, web analytics, and data sharing and other things that we share online. Our online engagements bear a treat particularly to our digital footprints and reputation. Sa digital footprints, example, posting on social media, subscribing to a newsletter, leaving an online review or shopping online. Kung mag-share kag information, kinahanglan magpabilin ang imong privacy. Kay kung naay maka-access sa social media, pwede gamiton nila ang impormasyon nga makadaot sa imuha. nga makahatag og problema. Example, sa uyab, very relevant ni siya. Taas kayo kag kumpiyansa, nagasin ka og pictures or video nga makadaot sa tao, labi nang magsin kag something or part sa imong body, tapos nag-away mo or nagbulag mo, maong gigamit niya to para daot ang imong reputasyon o ang imong kredibilidad. Maong kinahanglan gyud nato nga naagid magpabilin nga privacy sa atong kaugalingon para malikayan nato nga dili madaot atong reputasyon sa atong kaugalingon. Thank you. Ta na mo nahibal-an.